Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. God bless you. For Duggar family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Duggar news followers know it's been a few years since Jinger Dugger began addressing the issues she dealt with while growing up with IBLP principles. She realized that such teachings gave religion a bad name, so she broke away from it all. Now, Jinger has been living a happy life with her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, and their 2 kids. But it looks like she wants to expand her family further with twins. At first, viewers thought that Jinger and Jeremy had chucked the teachings about having supersized families because of their varied views on religion. However, the former really shocked viewers with her intentions to expand her family. So what did Jinger say? Duggar news. The Duggar family is used to welcoming twins in their family. Longtime Duggar news followers already know most things about Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's 19 kids. They had gotten an up-close and personal look into their lives as they transitioned from kids to young adults. Among them, there were also sets of twins like Jana and John David Duggar, as well as Jedidiah and Jeremiah Duggar. Well, celebrations have been in order for Duggar family members yet again, as Jedidiah Duggar, being a twin himself, is all set to welcome another pair of twins with his wife, Katie. So viewers have been twice as joyful for them. Well, it looks like Jinger Dugger wants to be on the same track as her siblings. She made some shocking statements about welcoming twins into her own family. Duggar news. Jinger Dugger expresses her likeliness of welcoming twins of her own. As mentioned above, Jinger Dugger has built a brand of her own by speaking about the things she believes in. Most of her religious views are very different from those of the rest of her Duggar news siblings. All of them grew up with IBLP teachings by Bill Gothard. While Jinger is still a devoted Christian, her views towards her religion have definitely undergone a change. Many viewers know IBLP teaches that having many kids is a way to fulfill God's command to be fruitful and multiply. They didn't think Jinger would be on board with such a theory. After all, most of her siblings have at least 4 to 5 kids of their own, while she only has them. However, she shed light on the possibility of expanding her family with twins. During her podcast with her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, Jinger mentioned how it is too much work welcoming twins. But once parents get the hang of it, it must be easy. She mentioned that it is definitely an easier way of having kids, as one can have 2 kids instead of 1 with the same duration. So she wouldn't mind expanding her family that way. Well, as of now, there is no news about Jinger's pregnancy. It was just a theory she was toying with her husband as they both shared their views on their podcast. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's rules had changed significantly since 2019. Several unmarried Duggars have opted to move out. This is where they lived as bachelors. Just a few years ago, it would have been outrageous to learn one of the unmarried Duggars opted to move out of their parents' home and away from their seemingly watchful eye. More than a year after Josh Duggar was convicted of receiving and possessing child pornography, things have changed. In recent years, more than one unmarried Duggar adult has opted to leave the nest. While some have moved out, none ventured particularly far. Jeremiah and Jedidiah Duggar bunked together before they each got married. Jeremiah Duggar and Jedidiah Duggar were the first unmarried Duggars to publicly acknowledge that they didn't live at their family's home before getting married. Jedidiah was the first to let the cat out of the bag. In November 2019, shortly after federal agents raided his brother's car lot, a local news station caught up with Jed. At the time, he was running for political office. Jedidiah told a reporter for Canada VOA that he had no knowledge of any federal raid, as he did not live at his parents' home. Later, the Duggar family acknowledged that Jedidiah and Jeremiah Duggar had moved out and were living together in a home not far from the family's property. Duggar family followers were perplexed to learn the twins had still opted to share a bedroom. Jedidiah Duggar married Kavi Nakatsu in April 2021. Jeremiah Duggar married Hannah Wisman in March 2022. Jason Duggar appears to have taken up residency in a treehouse. Jason Duggar appears to be living in an outbuilding on the Duggar family's property. It is unclear if it is a year-round accommodation, though. In an Instagram post in April, Jason walked followers through his pad, which appears to be a treehouse the Duggars built and he has repurposed. Upon opening the door, Jason shows followers his living room and workstation. A ladder takes the 22-year-old to a loft area that houses his bed, storage bins, and hooks for baseball caps. The presence of a bed indicates Jason lives in the tree houses. Still, there doesn't appear to be a bathroom on the premises. James Duggar is the latest of several unmarried Duggars who have opted to move out. James Duggar also appears to be living outside the house the family built during their early days on TLC. Like his older brother, he hasn't moved too far, and his living accommodations can be described as utilitarian at best. Still, he seems to be living solo. Keep an eye on TV season and spoilers for more Duggar news updates.